This is Banter!
Crypto Banter for you. This is Crypto Banter. This is Crypto Banter. This is Crypto Banter. Crypto Banter for you. This is Crypto Banter. This is Crypto Banter. This is Crypto Banter. Crypto Banter for you. Smash that like.
Crypto Banter for you, and another market sell-off, crypto market sell-off for all of us. But this may be the last market sell-off before we head to all-time highs. So today, what we're going to be talking about is what actually caused this market sell-off and why we think it is actually one of the last market sell-offs before we head to an all-time high. So watch the end of the show. Watch right here till the end of the show. Well, welcome back, guys. I'm Crypto Man Run. As you can see, I am tired. I haven't shaved the beard yet. People are talking about a long-term beard market. Yeah, there's a long-term bear market coming up, and I'll tell you why I think that this is a long-term bear market, but a short-term bull market coming up today. So, yeah, I'll also tell you why there's a beard. The truth of the reason why there's a beard is because I'm tired, and the reason why I'm tired is because I don't know if you guys know how Banter works, but you know, if we want to broadcast at 10 a.m. EST, which is 9 a.m. right here in Mexico, then we have to be up at like 5 o'clock in the morning because that's when the news happens. We can't prepare the show the day before. If we prepared the show the day before, the news would be old. So, you know, I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. In fact, when I get up, it's still dark. I mean, these are photos that I took from Casablanca, which is where I'm staying, which is where Dallas put me up. Freddie, play those videos, man. So you can see that's when I woke up this morning, the view from the balcony where I'm sitting. It was still dark. It was still dark. The sun hadn't risen yet. And then what basically happens at Banter is we get onto a call with all the analysts. We've got a team of analysts and Fred, who's the head of content. And we discuss all the things that are happening on the market and we put it into an order. And then we try and find what's moving the markets. And that takes us probably about an hour or 2 hours, by which time the sun's risen again. So Freddie, show what happens when the sun's risen. Show how beautiful this place looks when the sun actually... That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like when the sun started to rise. Absolutely beautiful. It just shows how beautiful and how powerful this Banter community is. I mean, all this I'm getting for close to nothing, really. And today, Dallas is taking me out on a super yacht, which I'm definitely going to post pictures on Instagram. So, yeah, that's what happens. We wake up before the sun rises. We get together. We speak about what's happened. By that time, Fred's already got a picture of what's going on in the markets. And actually, this is a big opportunity because if you want to join the Banter team, if you want to join the team and actually become one of our reporters, one of our Banter reporters, well, you can. So all you need to do is you need to send us an email to reporters@cryptobanter.com. We're looking for about 5 people to become our breaking news reporters. And that means that they will, you know, talk to us before the show. They'll send stories to us. And together we'll decide what actually goes on the show in that day and what doesn't go on the show in that day. So very cool opportunity. If you do want to join us, well, again, this is your station. Banter is your community. It's your family. And there's so many of you doing so many amazing things. It makes me so proud to be part of this incredible community. Yeah, so if you're new to our community, well, smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, join us, because you know when the most money is made? The most money is actually made in bear markets. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about what this sell-off is about and why this is actually an opportunity for you guys to make more money than you would have made if it was a bull market. I know it sounds crazy, but believe it or not, if you buy Bitcoin in a bear market, you'll make more money than if you buy Bitcoin in a bull market. And most people to crypto are pretty new. So you want to be buying things when they're cheap. You don't want to be rushing to FOMO into Bitcoin at 50,000 and 60,000 when you can actually get Bitcoin for 50,000 and 30,000 and 20,000 and 25,000. And that's why what you do in the bear market is actually what's important. What you do in a bull market, you have to sell because that's when you make profits. But in the bear market, you want to be buying. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So that's the first thing. The second thing is there's a lot of talk today about who the most profitable YouTube channel in the world is. MM Crypto says it's him. Carl, I mean, I don't know. I spoke to Carl and I said to him, you know, Carl, your channel is the most profitable crypto channel in the world, right? And he said,
exactly as I have been predicting.
And then, you know, Crypto Kobe says that he's the best trader in the world. Elio is back in streaming every day now, which is great. We love Elio. Elio is one of our partners. George basically ripped Richard Hart's throat out last night on a stream. And then I challenged George and I said to him, George, why don't you come on my show and debate Richard Hart one-on-one? And I'm willing to host that. George says no, he doesn't want to give Richard Hart the airtime. The way I see it is, it's not about giving Richard Hart the airtime. This is Bitcoin and crypto, and everyone's allowed to have a voice. And regardless of whether you like Hex or don't like Hex, I've never invested in Hex. It's not something that I want to or would invest in. But it is one of the best performing tokens out there today. So if you would have bought it, you would have made money. So I'm not going to judge whether Richard Hart's right or not right, but I may try and I'm trying to get George and Richard Hart to come on the show and have a debate. George versus Richard Hart. So if you think that's a good idea, go to Twitter and tell George to join, because George, he said he doesn't want to give Richard Hart the airtime. But Richard Hart's got airtime. He's got a huge community. He's been here for a while. He says that he is a Bitcoin billionaire. And he's been around for a while. I know that because I interviewed him in 2016 and 2017. So yeah, we think that between Sheldon and I, we are definitely the most profitable crypto community in the world. Everyone thinks that they is the most profitable crypto communities in the world. So the way I see it, the only way to actually settle this is through this. I think it's time for the Banter challenge. And here's how the Banter challenge works. It's very simple. Crypto Banter, me and Sheldon and I, we are now challenging the following YouTube influencers, channels, to a challenge. We're challenging Elio Trades, MM Crypto, BitBoy Crypto, Cryptos Are Us, Chico Crypto, Altcoin Daily, The Moon Carl, and Crypto Cobain. So a challenge. How this challenge works is super simple. Fred, let me talk, bro. You keep putting these slides up. I want to see me. Okay, now, how does this challenge work? So it works like this. Each one of us puts $10,000 into a portfolio, a completely visible portfolio. We trade the portfolio for 3 months. 3 months, we trade the portfolio in a visible way, and you're only allowed to trade. Okay, now, Fred, now you can put the rules up. So $10,000 invested for 3 months, listed tokens only. You can trade as many times as you like. You can trade, you can invest, you can do whatever the hell you want. Whatever the hell you want. 3 months, the winner takes the title and the money, and we'll decide what the prize money is on one condition. That prize money must be given back to your community. You can decide how to give it back to one person, many people, but that prize money goes to the community. I think to go onto your YouTube channel and to slam other channels or to say, hey, we're better and we called this and we called that. BitBoy claims he called the top and he claims that we didn't call the top. Okay, wada. You think you're a better investor than us? Great. Put your money where your mouth is. You think that you're giving great quality content to your people? Great. Put your money where your mouth is. Let's see what you can do in 3 months. In 3 months, either you can take that $10,000 and grow it faster than anybody else with your long-term strategies or your short-term strategies, or you can, you know why I did this? Let me tell you why I did this. Because everyone says that things always... Exactly as I have been predicting. But that's bullshit. Because it's all very well to say that, but put your money where your mouth is. Okay, so bottom line, we are challenging the following channels to the Banter challenge. The Banter challenge is we put $10,000 into a portfolio, we trade the portfolio, it's fully visible, we'll find a platform where it's fully visible, and in 3 months we'll work out which YouTube channel you should be watching and which YouTube channel you shouldn't be watching if you want to get good, profitable news. Yeah, let's put our money where our mouth is, because talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. Let's actually get this done. Alrighty, what else? Yeah, a lot of people said I've neglected Donkey. I haven't neglected Donkey. We just haven't spoken about altcoins on this channel for a long time. And that's because I wanted to protect you guys. I wanted to protect you guys. I don't want you guys aping into low cap alts. A lot of people are sour, salty, because they can't make their own decisions. So yeah, I mean, we haven't spoken about altcoin, but today we are actually going to speak about Donkey. All right, so big show. Let's get into the show. I think the first thing we have to talk about is what the hell is actually going on, and why does the Bitcoin chart look like this? What's going on? What is it, and why does the Bitcoin chart? Sorry, guys, I am a little bit sick today. So I'm just going to quickly blow my nose. Yeah, I bet you that some of the channels are actually going to chicken out before the challenge and say, oh, we don't want to be part of this challenge. Yeah, because they're too scared, they're too scared to put their money where their mouth is. We're not scared. We're going to put our money where our mouth is. Okay, let's talk about what it is that is crashing these markets. Why are the markets going down? Well, it's actually not, it's not all about crypto. There is some of it about crypto. There is a little bit of more crypto FUD, and I think it is FUD again. But there is actually, the meltdown is actually much bigger. It's actually a global stock market meltdown. This is something that I have been warning you guys about for quite a while. So let's take a look at what happens. Because I did say on Twitter, I said yesterday that the bear market ends when the sellers are fatigued, not when the buyers are fatigued. Because sorry, the bear market ends when the buyers are fatigued, not the sellers. And the reason for that is we've got to wait for the buyers to stop buying. So the sellers sell, get the selling out of the way, the price goes all the way down, and then we can actually start coming up again. And that is why we are looking for the buyers to get fatigued, not the sellers. Right now, there are too many buyers with money sitting on the sidelines waiting to buy. And for as long as that is the case, I don't think we're at the bottom. And that's why I think that this could be, and this one final sell-off may actually be spurred by the grayscale story, which we spoke to Alex Mashinsky about yesterday. So what happened? What happened this morning? Well, from a crypto point of view, there was some FUD from Reuters. Reuters said that the EU, which is the European Union, is to propose a new anti-money laundering authority. And what this money laundering authority will do, they will do by directly supervising and taking decisions towards some of the riskiest cross-border financial sector obliged entities. The authority will contribute directly to preventing incidents of money laundering in the union. And this is basically, they are saying that they're going after cryptocurrencies specifically to prevent money laundering. So that's what's going on from a crypto point of view, but that's not what it is that's crashed the market this morning. This is what happened. Early morning yesterday in Japan, last night, late night in the United States, an article came out that said that the Olympics are to ban spectators from complete spectators. So previously, we had spectators banned from international, but now Tokyo has said that they are banning all spectators to the Olympic Games. So why is it such a big deal? Okay, so you have an Olympic Games in Japan, and they've banned spectators. So what? So why does it crash the markets? The concern is a much bigger concern. The concern is that this Delta variant of the COVID virus is now spreading around the world again. And you see countries like Japan declared a state of emergency, a COVID-19 state of emergency. South Africa, where I come from, is again declared another lockdown. So it looks like that there's massive COVID fears again. And the world is worried that there's going to be another COVID lockdown or another sell-off. And you can see that the US market responded. As soon as that news came out, the futures for the US market went down by a hell of a lot. And you can see that they're still trading at about 1.5% down. They weren't the only market that went down. If you look at, let's have a look at the rest of the futures here. It's over here. So these are the futures which I want to show you guys. Let me zoom in. And there we go. Okay, so look at the futures. Look at the India futures, down 1%. Look at the IBEX, the Madrid futures, down 2.75%. Look at the CAC 40, which is the French futures, 2.68%. The Hang Seng down 3%. The DAX, the German futures, down 3%. What we're seeing here is we're seeing stock markets are frozen. Okay, if I'm frozen, let me check. Freddie, am I frozen or am I actually on the screen?
Hey, bro. No, you are frozen. I've been trying to tell you with the comments.
Okay, I'm going to log off and I'm going to log on. So give me, if you could just play a video while I do it.
Yeah, cool.
Crypto Banter be battling back, buying big dips after these whale attacks. Such TA and fundamentals to whack. Big boy's throne is coming under attack, cause we got double your money man ran, his fundamentals are whack. Double your money man ran with presidents and his contacts. Double your money man ran, building back to backs with such stacks. Double your money man ran with Fred and Sniper at his back. We got Crypto Banter, Crypto Banter, Crypto Banter. What? I was a lost life, living in a sea of dark lies, forming long ties, found a misery, thought wise, and able to see how truly become financially free until I found the gods in this whole goddamn industry. I sit back and watch shell and attack every single day, reload a sniper rifle and show us the way, cause there ain't no way we're gonna miss this payday. I wish I invested in this heyday, but the show don't feel a payday, so baby, I want a payday.
Am I back? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? Freddie, can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I'm good. All right, so welcome back. Sorry about that, guys. So as I said, it looks like the whole world is selling off, and it's selling off because of fears around the Delta variant of the COVID virus. So that's what's happening in the markets, and that's why the markets are very, very, very nervous today. And you can see it's everywhere. It's around the whole world. It's Madrid, it's France, it's the whole world. And I've always warned you guys that a stock market sell-off is actually going to impact crypto and going to impact crypto quite a lot. And that's what's going on. So this whole thing is actually got nothing to do with crypto. It's a global market sell-off, and this market sell-off is probably warranted because the global markets, the Dow Jones has doubled, global stock markets have doubled in the last 12 months with no correction. Imagine that. Imagine global stock markets have doubled with no real correction. So this correction is overdue. But the question is, will this correction actually happen? Can the Fed allow this market? Can the Fed allow this market to actually crash again? And I think we all know that the answer to that is absolutely not. Because if this market collapses again, the Fed has no more tools. They can't reduce interest rates, because the interest rates are low. And in fact, we have spoken about this metric before. Let me show you this metric. Remember this US 10-year Treasury yield? Remember, this is the rate which people pay for US government bonds. And the last time we spoke about this, we said people were willing to pay 1.75% or to get a return of 1.75% for US government bonds. Well, people are now rushing back into government bonds, and they're saying, look, we think that even though the stock markets are a great bet and probably now quite risky, they also think that government bonds are probably a safer bet than being in the stock market. So even though the stock markets are at all-time highs, governments are printing money uncontrollably, devaluing their currencies. Investors are going, you know what? If there is a new variant of this virus, then we would rather be in government bonds than be in the stock markets. So that's what's going on. Question is, did anyone know that these lockdowns were coming? And if people knew that these lockdowns were coming, what did they do about it? This is where it gets juicy. This is where it gets really, really juicy. Remember yesterday, I showed you guys Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. She's a Democrat. And I remember yesterday I showed you that Nancy Pelosi, let's get some water. So remember I showed you yesterday that Nancy Pelosi bought a whole lot of call options, which means that she's bullish about certain stocks going up. Which stocks was Nancy Pelosi bullish about? Alphabet. She was very bullish about Alphabet. She took between $1 million and $5 million in positions. She was super bullish about Amazon. She was bullish about Apple, and she was super bullish about Nvidia. What are these stocks? Look at them again. These stocks are what you call the stay-at-home stocks. These are the same stocks that pumped when the lockdowns happened, right? So look at them again. You got Alphabet, Amazon, Apple, all the stocks that went up when the stock markets, when the lockdowns happened last year. So what's going on? Why is this happening? Because Nancy Pelosi knew that lockdowns are about to come. She knew that there'd be huge FUD around this Delta variant of the Olympics. She definitely knew that Japan was planning on postponing or on banning travelers. And that's why she took these positions. Politicians using inside info to profit while people are forced to stay at home. That is what's going on here. Okay, now let's look at this FUD and ask, is this FUD actually real FUD or is it garbage? Should we be worried about it? Should we be worried that this Delta variant of the COVID virus is going to crash markets or not? Well, I don't think so. There is data that shows that these vaccines, the vaccines that we've got, are actually quite effective against the Delta variant. So even though the headline says Pfizer vaccine protection takes a hit as Delta variant spreads, Israeli government says, and the reason why they've looked at Israel is because Israel was the one country that vaccinated the entire nation using the COVID vaccine. But it does say that. The government added that the vaccine was now 93% effective in preventing severe disease and hospitalizations, compared to 97% when you look at it against the Delta variant. The Johnson's vaccine is positive against the Delta variant. So we kind of know that the vaccine does work against the Delta variant, and that all this FUD around this vaccine and around this Delta variant and around economies closing down and markets, the bottle of wine is still lingering there from last night, and you can see I'm not in great shape. So give the man a break, Roxanne. Give the man a break. So yeah, we know there's going to be some FUD. We know stock markets are due for a correction. I would rather take this kind of correction. I'd rather take -2%, -1%, than take a massive hit like we're used to. And so I think that the markets are crashing today. A little bit about the ECB news. It's a little bit about the ECB news, but it's much more about global markets. I mean, I was watching Bitcoin come down yesterday from 34,000 to 32,000. And I thought, what's causing this? What's causing this? And immediately I looked at the stock market futures, and you could see the stock markets around the world were just going. Yeah, so that's what's going on. What do we think? Well, we think that this is possibly the best opportunity of our lives. And you can make much more money in this market if you change your mindset. It's all about changing the mindset. And we're going to talk about the change in mindset that you need if you want to make money on this market. Because I do think that if you are in crypto, it's the most money you'll ever make. I think you'll make a lot of money. I think you'll make more money than you'll ever make anywhere else. But I think you just have to change your mindset. In fact, I even think that you'll make more money now in the bear market than you made in the bull market. Because let me tell you what happened in the bull market. In the bull market, you didn't actually make that much money because you thought the bull market was going to last forever. So what you did was you held your tokens, and then it went up and you got all excited about the fact that you're now a crypto millionaire, and now you don't have that many millions to show anymore for your crypto, right? That's what happens to everyone in a bull market. The bear market is actually when we make money. And I'll show you in a second how you can make money in the bear market. But what I do know for sure is that crypto is the best place in the world to make money. I don't think that you can make as much money as you can make in crypto anywhere else in the entire world ever, and specifically not if you get in right now. There's a lot of writing on the wall, and I want to show you just some of the writing on the wall. You obviously read the fact that Visa in like the first part of 2021 processed $1 billion in cryptocurrency payments. I mean, they only launched this in 2021 and they have already processed $1 billion worth of cryptocurrency payments. So we kind of know that crypto is not going anywhere. not only do we know it's not going anywhere, but I want to ask you guys a question. If you think of sports sponsorships, what are the industries that have the most sports sponsorships? Who are the industries that sponsor sports sponsorships? Freddie, put up a chart of okay, so let's look at the industries that over the years have sponsored sports. You got oil, one of the biggest industries in the world in its time. Tech sponsors sports. Alcohol sponsors sports. So what you can see is that sports sponsorship is usually done by the biggest and the most lucrative in the world. And what we're seeing in crypto is an amazing trend of sports sponsorship. Now, you saw this yesterday. Everyone saw this. This is great news. The first time in history, the UFC has partnered up with a sponsor on their outfits. And guess who the sponsor is? It's crypto.com. And there's a part in this article somewhere which says, a few years ago, we would never have even thought about doing this. This is from the UFC. But now, they've taken on crypto.com. You've got FTX sponsoring the Miami Stadium, the Miami Arena, right? You've got FTX doing a baseball deal. You've got a McLaren deal, which is with Tezos. You've got StormX sponsoring the Portland Trailblazers. You've got the Indy 500 Bitcoin car. So what we're seeing here is we are seeing a bet. We are seeing a bet that says that in the next 10 years, the big sports sponsorships are actually going to happen with crypto. And if you look historically at the industries that have sponsored sports, and I'm going to show you guys these again, but here we go. It's the biggest industries in the world always that sponsor sports. And so what we're seeing is we're seeing an era where crypto is becoming one of the biggest industries in the world. So if that's the case, this is the place where you can make more money than being anywhere else. In fact, as I said to you, I think you're going to make more money here than you're going to make in any bull market ever. And the reason for that is because in a bull market, your mindset is to make quick gains. So what do you do to make quick gains? Very simple. When you want to make quick gains, what you do is you trade tokens that have a whole lot of hype. That's what you do. You basically troll Twitter, you troll Telegram, and you look for the tokens which have the most hype. And then what you do is you buy those tokens, you buy the tokens, and then you try and ride the hype. And you hope you're going to sell the top. Okay, but let's be honest, guys. Between us, we'll never tell anybody else. We'll never tell any of the other channels. We won't even tell Sheldon. How many of you bought the bottom and actually managed to sell the top more than once? I mean, tell me in the comments. I want to hear about this. If you guys managed to do this, remember, we are going to do super chats today. Later today, we are going to do super chats. So if you want to ask a Q&As, we're going to do some super chats. How many of you guys actually managed to sell the bottom? To sell the top? Okay. Never, not me. Exactly. The bull market is actually a bad market to make money because you think you're making money, but at the end of the bull market, I don't know how many of you can walk away and say, I've got life-changing money. I've taken out the life-changing money. Never. What you do is you'll end up buying these tokens. You'll end up buying Bitcoin at 60,000 and you'll end up buying Ethereum at, I don't know, 3,000, 4,000. And you'll end up buying Luna at $20. And you'll end up buying all this crap at all these great tokens, but also all crap tokens that are driven by hype. And you buy them at the highest price. And then the irony is that when the same Bitcoin that you were going to buy for $50,000, I remember my last Bitcoin purchase, 58,500. And now at 30,000, I'm thinking to myself, for 32,000, should I buy or shouldn't I buy? Buy, asshole, because you were willing to buy it for 58,000 a month ago, and nothing's changed fundamentally for the worse. In fact, everything fundamentally has changed for the better. That's the problem with the bull market. In a bull market, like I said to you, What do? You look for hype. Which token am I going to buy? Is it on the right launchpad? Yes, it's on the right point. Is it on the right chain? Yes, it's on the right chain. Who else was talking about it? Mr. Biz is talking about it. Rand's talking about it. Wolf. No. That's hype. That is when you buy things for hype. In the bear market, there's no hype. I can tell you whatever I want about whatever token. Anybody can tell you whatever they want about whatever token. Any news outlet can print whatever story you want about Bitcoin, and they are printing this every single day. And none of it's managing to move the market. So you've removed the hype. And by removing the hype, what you've done is it's like taking a tire or a wheel and taking the air out. That's it. There's no more air. Now you're buying the same balloon. Instead of when it's up in the sky with helium, you're buying the same balloon. No more hype. No more hype. Now we can make decisions. Now we can make real decisions. We can look at things without hype. We can buy the same fucking tokens that we were willing to pay $64,000 for, $64,129. We can now buy that same token for $30,000. The same altcoins. In fact, Fred, have you got that altcoin Bitcoin chart? That one where the altcoins and the Bitcoin like connect? It's a gap. It's that gap. I wonder if Freddie's got it. Let me get Freddie on the stream.
Just give me 30 seconds.
Okay, Freddie will put it up first in 30 seconds. There's all the air's coming out. The air's come out of Bitcoin and the air's coming out of the alts. And so now you can actually be really, really smart and say, you know what? If I missed the buying opportunity in the beginning, and I complained that, oh, God, goodness, I missed the buying opportunity on Luna and I missed the buying opportunity on Arweave. Well, okay, now, Fred, now's like not the right time to be. I'll tell you when it's the right time. Okay, so you just chill there. Chill, puppy. Okay, so it wasn't the right time to buy it at the top. But now actually is the right time to buy it. Because now the air, the hype, is dead. Is there more air to come out? Freddie, now you put up the chart. Like, let's make it. Bang, you see? There's still this, what you call the alts catch-up risk. The alts catch-up risk shows that this is how far Bitcoin's come down, and alts may have a little bit more to go if the market continues to go down. So the key word here is patience. The other key word here is conviction. And the other key word is perseverance. If you think that if you have conviction about crypto, and you think like I think, that you're going to make more life-changing money in crypto than you're going to make anywhere else, then now is the time to start buying. But we don't buy it. We don't buy it like crazy. We take the air out. We ask a lot of questions. We ask the right questions. You want to know what the right questions are? Fred, this is the part where you, I don't know, Freddie. Freddie. Freddie, are you here, Freddie? Fred, are you
Sorry,
with us?
bro. I'm here. Yeah, carry on.
Are you at a pub? Are you smoking a joint or something?
No, there's a lot of. Do you know how many pictures I have to go through in a show? It's like 55 here.
We love you, Freddie. We love you, Freddie. I want to just find a little article to show you guys. Okay, so the questions that we're going to ask is, can this token really change the world? Like, bullshit aside, is this token actually going to change the world? Bullshit aside, ask the question, is this token fundamentally important to change the world? Like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, like Cardano. Okay, now the next question you ask is it going to survive a bear market? If we get into a 2-year bear market, I don't think we're going to get into a 2-year bear market, but under the assumption that we do get into a bear market, a long-term bear market, will the token actually survive? Sorry, the wine finished me last night, guys. As you can see, there's some remnants of it over there. Okay. The next question, is there hype around the token? No, Fred, I said, am I willing to hold it for 2 years, not 2 weeks? Am I willing to hold this token for 2 years? And is it cheap enough now? Those are the questions which you're going to buy. Now, the irony here is that what you want to do is you want to answer the questions as follows. Fred, this is the part where you put up the ones with the tick. Freddie. There we go. Freddie. Okay, we're going to get Freddie back. He's back. He's only been back for 2 days, so it's slow. Okay, so question. Is the token actually going to change the world? Is it important? Is it a fundamental building block of Web3, of the future economy, of DeFi? Will it survive the bear market? Tick, yes. Is there hype around it? You want the answer to be no. Okay, did you hear that? You want to find the gems that nobody else has been able to spot. And the way to find those gems is basically to say, is there hype around it? No. You want the tokens that there's no hype around. Next question, am I willing to hold it for 2 years, not 2 weeks? Freddie. Am I willing to hold it for 2 years? And the next question is it cheap enough now relative to where it's been and relative to its maximum valuation? And if the answer to all of those is yes, then you buy it. Got it? Simple. So, and if you hold it and you hold it through the bull market, and I know you will hold it through the bull market, right? I know you will hold it through the bull market. Buy it now in the bear market, hold it through the bull market, and then make a lot of money. Don't buy it in the bull market at high prices. Let the price go up. Think, yes, I'm a millionaire. Start spending the money because you've made all this bullshit money. Start spending the money and then realize, oh, fuck, the market's going down. Now you've spent money that you never actually had. That's what happened in the bull market. And now in the bear market, we're going to buy things cheap and we're going to hold them. Let me show you what I mean. And I didn't know if I wanted to show you guys this token today. There's a good reason why I didn't know if I wanted to show you guys this token today. The reason for that is because I don't want you guys aping into things because you think you're going to make quick money. So that's why I gave you the lesson first to say, ask the questions and then decide whether or not you want to buy it. And in that spirit, I think I found a gem. I found an absolute gem. I found a token that I think is critical for NFTs. But no one's talking about it. No, I don't think anyone's yet clicked that this token is so important in the NFT market. It's about $100 million market cap. It's an unbelievable team with a proven track record, amazing experience, an unbelievable board of advisors. Incredible board of advisors. I know I'm not an advisor. And it's been hit quite hard, but it's quite resilient. That's the token that I found. So what I'm saying to you guys is, I'm not telling you guys to ape in. I don't want you to ape in. What I want you to do is I want you to look at it and I want you to ask the most important 5 questions, including whether you would hold it for 2 weeks. No, including whether you'd hold it for 2 years. Okay, so let's look at the thesis first, then I'll tell you guys what the token is. And I do think that this token has at least 10 or 20x potential in the long term, not in the next 2 weeks, in the long term. Okay, so let's look at the token. Remember the NFT report that came out. So we're all bullish on NFTs. We know that NFTs are actually one of the things in crypto that are really starting to work. And so I'm just going to close all these windows so my windows don't freeze. We know that NFTs have surged. In fact, I've never seen an industry in the whole world that has $2.5 billion of sales in its first 6 months of going commercial. Oh God. I think Donkey's in the waiting room. Remember I said Donkey is coming on the show today, so I think the Donkey's in the waiting room. Okay, Donkey, we will get back to you, I promise. We promise, we will get back to you. So remember I said to you guys that NFTs surged and their sales were $2.5 billion in their first year. Am I high? No, I'm a little bit hungover, but we're not talking about that. Well, if you look closely at this report, you notice a few things. The first thing is that you notice that NFTs went up, went down, like a normal cycle, and have started to recover. In fact, they're probably going to lead the crypto recovery. And regardless of whether the prices recover very quickly, what we know is that the sales of NFTs are higher and growing than ever before, right? And we know that NFTs are going to change the world. We know this. Everybody knows this. Then you look at what are the NFTs that are actually being bought. And you see that the biggest category of NFTs that are being bought is what they call collectibles. This is a massive surprise to me because I thought that it would be sports, but it's not. It's actually art and collectibles. It's actually these unbelievable NFTs. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen an NFT before and how beautiful this NFT art can actually be, but just have a look at this. I mean, is this not... Okay, now I'm gonna just try to find where the hell my cursor is so I can switch this thing off. Okay, but when you talk about NFTs, these are not stagnant photos, but these NFTs are actually much more videos, and there are these amazing AV creations which have audio and video and these beautiful animations. That is what an NFT is, and that is the collectibles that are the biggest in the world, and that is why they have such an advantage around art that sits on a wall, because unlike art that sits on a wall, which just sits there, NFTs are actually interactive and they're audio and they're visual in nature, right? So Freddie, just show some more of these amazing NFTs that you found for us today. Okay. Okay, so those are NFTs. And what you can see with these NFTs is that they're not these stagnant photos, but they're actually like real AV productions. And if you look at them, they kind of look and they feel like animated movies, but taken to a completely new level. That's the beauty of NFTs. That's what digital art is. What most people don't talk about, though, is how that digital art is made. And the process works something like this. There's an artist, and he creates every single frame, and he creates every single frame, and he creates every single frame. And then what you need to do is the most expensive and long part of the process. And that is what they call rendering. Now, rendering is when the computer takes all these raw files, these videos, these frames, and actually creates a video out of it. That is what you call computer rendering. So again, if you think about something like this, this was actually created frame by frame by frame. And the computer has to actually render it. And that's where I found the gem. To render this kind of art, you need a lot of GPU power. You need these big servers with a lot of GPU power. It costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. And that's prohibitive to most artists. That's why most artists prefer static, because they can't afford the render servers. They can't afford the render time. It's super expensive. Well, until now. Because now there is a project which is called exactly that. It's called Render. And what Render does is it takes GPU power around the world and it distributed GPU power, and it allows artists to remotely render their art. And it's created by an amazing company which is called Otoy. Now, Otoy has been around for a while, and they've created a lot of rendering or animations. What they are allowing, what they are creating now is they're taking, like Filecoin takes file storage, they are taking rendering power, and they're letting anybody use this network to render. So if you look at the picture over here, the user requests a job, pays in render token through a smart contract. The processor processes the job and returns it to the user. Now, is this actually working? Well, artists right now are actually using it. And they're having amazing, amazing, amazing results using it, and it's happening quickly. And there's a lot of adoption of this render from NFT artists. So I take a deeper look at the team. The team is led by a guy called Jules Urbach, and he's the founder of this Otoy company. I scroll down a bit more. I see Brendan Eich. Brendan Eich he created, I think, Firefox, and he created the Brave browser. I see Beeple is part of the team here. I see a friend of mine, Damien Brenner, who was one of the founders of this project. He's one of the smartest guys. He lives in Argentina. Great, great, great guy. And so what I think, and again, you do your own homework. This is a project that's been going since 2017. I don't think that this project knew that NFTs were going to take off as much as NFTs were going to take off. And I think now, with all these amazing, amazing, amazing animations that need to happen, they're going to rely on a decentralized rendering, GPU rendering solution. And that's where I think the render token comes in. Now, the render token, market cap of under $100 million. You tell me, if NFTs take off and we can find a distributed solution for render power, GPU power, that anyone who wants to create an NFT, a digital NFT, of which there are going to be hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands and millions of people around the world, do you want to have a chunk in a potentially distributed render operation that has adoption, is run by smart people, and we now know that on the founding team is the person who sold the biggest art piece, digital art piece in the world? I don't know. Ask me. I mean, let's quickly ask the 5 questions. Can the token change the world? Well, yeah. I mean, if we can use all this redundant GPU space in all these data farms to render NFTs, and anybody can just render an NFT, any artist, no matter how big or small, can become an artist and use the GPU power to render just the NFTs. Forget about the animation and everything else. I think it could change the world. Will it survive a bear market? Well, it survived the 2017, 2018, 2019 bear market. Is there hype? No. It is listed on many exchanges, but it doesn't have a big Telegram group. There's no hype around it. Not many people are talking about it yet. So yes, there's no hype around it. We're in. Am I willing to hold it for 2 years? I think I'm willing to hold it for much longer. Is it cheap enough now? That's quite an interesting question. So let's look at whether or not it is cheap enough now. If you look at where this has come from, okay, it's come from about 1 cent, or before that about 2.6 cents. It's now trading at about 26 cents. It's been to about $2.50 in the high. So and now it's trading at about 1/5 of that. And NFTs are just starting, and the market cap is 85 million. I don't know. You make your decision. Full disclosure, guys, I've been buying this. My average entry price is about 55 cents. I do hold a big position in render, and I intend to continue buying render for exactly that reason. So I don't know. You guys do what you want. What do you think? What do you think? Are there any super chats? Let's just have a look here. I know we usually don't do super chats, but let's see. Let's have a look. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Oh God. He's back. He's back. He's back. All right, so let me tell you, a lot of you have said, you neglected Donkey. You've neglected Donkey. You spoke so much about Donkey, but you've neglected them. Truth is, I haven't neglected them. I just didn't want to get you guys into low cap alts. And you'll notice we didn't speak about any alts at all for the last couple of weeks until about 2 days ago, when I actually thought it might be safe to start buying. Also, there were rumors in the market that we owned a huge part of Donkey, and we dumped in the IDO. Guys, we don't do that. We are long-term investors. We buy tokens that we think are going to change the world, and we hold them forever. And not only that, we actually try and add value to the tokens that we work with. And if you don't believe me, let's get Gil, the founder of Donkey. Brother,
hey.
in the beard market.
I'm loving the beard. I'm loving the beard. It's the bear market's doing really wonderful.
It's called the beard market. You see, it's called the beard market.
Beard market. There we go. I love it, man. I really love it. I'm jealous, actually. It doesn't grow for me the same way. I get these holes, these empty holes everywhere.
Well, man. Okay, so look, the reason I wanted to get you back onto this, people said we've been neglecting you. Rand, did you dump your tokens? You pushed Donkey on us so hard. I mean, look, you guys launched one day before the bear market started, right?
Yeah, it was 2 days exactly. 2 days exactly, and then boom, it just smashed on our head.
How's it been since?
It's been a roller coaster, and I can say now that in retrospect, looking back, it's been a blessing in disguise. Because instead of being occupied and busy about the price all the time of the token, and everyone wants their token to go up, obviously, but it gave us the ability to focus and really start building the DApp itself. And we've made some good progress there. I mean, we launched the DApp 2 weeks after the launch, which doesn't happen in every DeFi project. We have over 5 strategies, active farmers, active strategies going on there. Most of it is stable coin. So you see how we're starting to adjust to the bear market, and people are looking to yield farm with stable coins versus more speculative coins. And Donkey went naturally into that place. And I mean, that's something that really made us prove a point. Sorry about that. Prove a point. It made us prove a point that we can be dynamic, and wherever the market goes, we're going to be there too. We're launching yesterday an integration with Polygon Matic. So we're trying, to always be ahead of the market.
Okay, so you guys the product's ready. It's working. Can we see the product? Can we actually see the product?
Yeah, I mean, we did a lottery. We did a lottery for a few of the initial beta DApp participants. We have a few hundred in. I didn't prepare myself to share the screen, but I can go ahead and do that.
Yeah. Yo, while you're sharing the screen, there was talk that Crypto Banter killed Donkey and then dumped on the market on the first.
Yeah.
Man, could you clear it up? Have we sold tokens? Has anybody in the Crypto Banter stable sold tokens?
No, I think also, I mean, we mentioned this on our Twitter. We had several strategic investors, and we told, I mean, it's on our homepage. You can see exactly everyone who's there, who's not there. The Crypto Banter and one more strategic investor are the only 2 investors that didn't sell even 1 token after the IDO. Others sold more, others sold less, depending on whatever. And I mean, I think the absurd was, I thought I saw something about 28. You poured $28 million worth of Donkey, and our market cap never even reached that whole amount. So I think that kind of proved the point. But I mean, you and I both know what addresses the tokens were sent to. Nothing moved, and more than that, I mean,
I don't even know how to claim my tokens. I don't even care, and I don't even know the reason.
You never asked. You never asked.
Because I don't care. Because my investment style says you buy tokens that you really believe in, and you hold them until they change the world. And that's what I've done with Donkey. You can attest to that. Let's look at can you share your screen? Do you know how to share the screen? There's a little share screen button on the bottom.
Yeah. I got it. 1 second. Let's get this over here like this.
Oh, you're gonna do it like that?
We're gonna rock and roll. We're gonna do it.
I will see your finger now. Your plan.
1 second here. You were unique in the way that you kept on adding value, not only on the marketing side, and I will say that because you deserve it. All the calls, how can I help? Who can I connect you with? And etc. And that's really been helping us. And I can say that many of your connections that you gave us have helped us build practical things within the product. So you have a big thank you from all the Donkey team.
We see your face. Is that what you wanted to show us? Yeah. Your camera is facing your fingers and your face.
There we go. Now you got my screen.
Yes, I see your screen over here.
Okay. So this is the DApp, still in early stages. Each profile here represents a different farmer. VFAT, who's very known. He has a portal for Binance Smart Chain, different farms, and etc. So you can see each farmer has a different entry token based on what's best for you. So let's say if it's a stable coin strategy, you're probably going to want to enter it with BUSD. And if it's a pancake strategy, let's say, so you're probably going to want to enter with cake. You can see a nice diagram of the strategy. We're trying to simplify it. As we know, obviously, people that are coming here, I mean, the purpose of the DApp is to bring access to yield farming to people that aren't necessarily that involved. If you go ahead and you click on the profile of the farmer, you can see more information about the farmer, what his philosophy is all about, his yield farming approach, and etc. The APY, of course, in this case, it's 85%. We added actually a pretty nice feature.
Is that on BNB?
This is on WBNB, yes. This is a WBNB strategy. And if you can switch here between WBNB and USD values. Full disclosure on the fees. It gives you all the fees, regardless of Donkey. You know, the fees that have to do with the farms that the farmer is staking and etc. Swap in, swap out, etc. You get a full list of all the investors. So the whole point here is transparency, right? That's what we're trying to do. So you got a full list of all the investors that put in money, how much money they put in, how long they've been in, how much money they've made so far, your current holdings. Like I said, we just launched, literally just launched now, a Polygon Matic strategy. So let me just go here and show you 1 second. There we go. Literally launched a few hours ago. So here you would go in with W Matic, 26%. Obviously, the yields went down a little bit because of the bear market. But I mean, if you're holding stable coins, or if you're holding Matic for that matter, and you're bullish and you just want it to make you money in the meantime, this is where you would want to put it. That's number one. So that's the first thing that we've been doing. I'm going to stop the sharing. And the second thing that we're doing, and that's where I'm really excited. I'm just going to maneuver here. I'm learning some acrobats. The second thing that we're doing is really exciting. I mean, I don't know if you heard Ava Institutional opening up the door for institutional funds. I mean, that's big. That's the next step of DeFi. We want to be there for both the retail investors, but also the institutional. They're managing a lot of money. Interest rates are low, as everyone knows. They have nothing to do with the money. Crypto DeFi is the solution. If we can bring that to them and make it more accessible, I think Donkey's going to have a big part in that.
Yeah, exactly. So we are looking for the thing. So Gil, amazing. I'm glad that you showed us. I'm glad that you guys are up and running, rock and rolling. When was the DApp actually open for me, for retail users to be for the Banter family to be able to do it?
Okay, so far, knock on wood, we've been ahead of the schedule. Every time we said we're going to do something, we've been like a week or two before. We're looking at end of August for basically whoever holds Donkey tokens, and we will announce exactly the criteria and the amounts and etc. Whoever holds Donkey tokens will have access to the DApp. That's step number one. Step number two, right after that, an accelerated APY for Donkey holders. So you'll be getting, let's say, 25% APY in BUSD and extra APY in Donkey tokens. So you can find yourself all of a sudden making 50% APY only staking stable coins, which is amazing. And then step number three, to make as many strategies as possible on a weekly basis. So we're aiming at 10 new strategies every single week.
Very quickly. Can the token change the world? I think so. Gil, can you survive a bear market? If the market goes down now for 2 years, can you survive?
Yield farming, I think that's our biggest advantage. Yield farming can survive a bear market. Forget about Donkey. Yield farming can survive a bear market. And if that is the case, then Donkey can survive.
Hype around it. There's no hype around it. In fact, it was even fun. So there's no hype around it. Are you willing to hold it for 2 years? I'm going to hold mine for a long time. Is it cheap enough now? Well, you guys decide. Gil, sorry to rush you, but if we run over 1 hour, YouTube does kill our content. Good to see you, brother. Love you. Chat to you a bit later today. Let's catch up and see how I can help you guys even more. Guys, I will see you guys again tomorrow. Tomorrow we have an amazing banter for you guys. Don't miss it. Fred, is the banter towel ready? Can we show it? Is there a chance? In the next 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds. We got Elio, Mr. Biz, Wolf, Alex Mashinsky, and Richard Hart joining us tomorrow. So I'll see you again, same time, same place tomorrow. Until then, trade well, my friends.
Crypto Banter is a social podcast for entertainment purposes.